Hey, Melania, you still didn't wash the frickin' dishes like I told you to, did ya? The sink's still full of filthy crap from this morning's breakfast. Please tell me you at least vacuumed the place. I'm pretty sure you didn't, 'cause there's dust all over the floorboards, but I want to believe my wife isn't a complete failure at being a woman. Please tell me you at least did something. Wait a sec. Holy crap, are you for real? You didn't cook my supper either?
Welcome home, Donald.
I don't want to hear that crap message. You should be coming to greet me at the doorstop with a hug and a smile, you pathetic excuse of a wife. Judging from the state of the house, you've been asleep all day like Lila.
Yep, I fell asleep after putting her to bed from her afternoon nap. I woke up a little while ago and I'm just about to head out to do a spot of grocery shopping. I'll cook your supper when I get back, so would you mind running me a bath? Feel free to go in before me while I cook your meal.
Excuse me? Holy crap, are you being serious right now? You'd tell your husband to run you a goddamn bath after he's been hard at work all day? Do you have any idea how much I slave away at that company to put your frickin' dinner on the table, woman? You know, it's bad enough that you stopped taking care of cooking my meals properly and doing the housework ever since Lila was born, but now you're gonna start barking orders at me too? I'm the goddamn breadwinner around here, Melania, and don't you forget that. Why is it so hard for you to do the housework when you're home all the time? You seriously need to stop slacking and start fulfilling your obligations to me. I am the man around here.
Please, would you just give it a rest already? I'll be home in about an hour, so can this wait until then?
What? Since when does grocery shopping take you an entire hour?
It's going to take longer than usual because I'm carrying Lila. Do you really want me to rush and risk falling over with her?
Anyway, why the heck are you even going out grocery shopping at this late hour? This should have been done this morning. Maybe if you didn't spend all day asleep on the sofa and actually lifted a finger around a house for once, you'd be able to get things done more efficiently and not have to go out on late-night shopping trips. You're not so cut out for being a housewife.
Whatever, Donald. I'm going shopping. I'll see you back at the house later. Hey, Melania. Long time no see. Huh? Is that Kelsey? No kidding. It really has been ages. It's gotta be, 3 years since we last saw each other? Right. The last time I saw you was at your wedding. Oh, yeah, about that. Me and him kind of got a divorce. What? Really? What happened? Oh, a bunch of things. It was just one thing on top of another, and eventually it all got to be too much, so I was like, nope, I'm out. First of all, we couldn't get pregnant despite trying for a baby for 3 years, so he started calling me infertile. And then there was the relentless bullying from his mother-in-law. The typical stuff like throwing my cooking in the bin, forcing me to do all the housework all of the time. She basically had it in for me from the get-go. I finally reached my limit when I found out he'd been cheating on me. When I heard his lover was pregnant with his kid, I broke things off, filed for a divorce, and got a bunch of compensation from them both. Jesus. Oh, I remember now. I think you told me at the wedding you were planning on moving in with your husband's parents. But, wow, I never imagined things would go so badly. The thought alone of you going through all that crap is bad enough. I can only imagine what it must have been like to live it. It turns out his false accusation of me being infertile came from his mom. False accusations? So you mean he was wrong? Yep, dead wrong. It was kind of playing on my mind, so I decided to go in for a test, and it turns out I'm not infertile at all. My ex-husband never did get tested, so I can only conclude it was him firing blanks all along. Huh, but didn't you just say his lover was pregnant with his kid? In that case, who's the real dad? Wait, Does this mean what I think it means? I can't say for sure, but I also can't deny there is a strong possibility. Holy hell. While it would be hella entertaining to find out for sure, it'd also be a huge pain in the ass, and to be honest, it's really not any of my business, so I'm just gonna let that train wreck unfold naturally. The fact remains that he did cheat on me though, so I'm glad we divorced. Which means I'm officially single and ready to mingle again. Wow, a lot has changed since we last spoke then. I'm so pleased you were able to get out of that. It sounds like you were in a really rough situation. Thanks, Melania. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go on about nothing but my personal life. Enough of me. How have you been? You got married last year and had a baby last month, right? Congrats, honey. Yeah, that's right. Thanks. I heard you at your wedding with just close friends and family? Yep, that's right. I saw you made a bunch of announcements in the group chat. I'm sorry for not replying to any of them. I was so wrapped up in the big, confusing, stressful mess with my in-laws that I could barely find time to speak to my friends. Oh, it's totally cool. I get it. Oh, sorry, Kelsey, I'm gonna have to go. Lila just started crying again. I'll message you again once she calms down, okay? Oh, sure thing, babe. No rush. I hope your little girl's okay.
Melania, I want a divorce.
Excuse me? Donald, aren't you at work right now?
I left early. You think our kid's more important than me, don't you? Fine, have it your way. We're getting a divorce.
Listen to me, Donald. Wasn't it obvious to you that our daughter was going to become my #1 priority after she was born? Me and you might be able to look after ourselves, but Lila can't. She's totally dependent on us. Which means that if I'm not here for her, no one is. To be honest, I'm kind of struggling to come to terms with the idea that you struggle to comprehend that our infant daughter comes first.
This is why I didn't want any goddamn kids.
Wow, what?
Thankfully, I was blessed with a stroke of miraculous good fortune lately. I'm remarrying my ex-girlfriend.
Huh? Your ex-girlfriend? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend. Dummy, can't you read basic English? Apparently she divorced her husband because him and his mom were bullying her for being infertile.
What does that have to do with you?
Everything. If my ex is infertile, that means if I divorce you and marry her, we'll be forever childless, and I'll never have to put up with any more whining brats, and she'll stay loyal to me and nobody else for the rest of her life. Basically, what that means is there's absolutely zero risk of her ever becoming like you, a lazy good-for-nothing wife who totally neglects her duties to me in favor of a screaming poo machine.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm reading.
I want a divorce right now. I'm sick of our baby getting all the attention.
Have you no awareness of how disrespectful this is to your ex-girlfriend? How could you be so horrible?
The only horrible, disrespectful one here is you for ignoring your husband all this time.
So you're gonna make this my fault, huh?
I won't ask for any compensation. All I ask is that you agree to the divorce immediately.
Wait a sec, are you for real? You think you're the one who gets to file for compensation in this situation?
Of course I am. You're so obsessed with looking after the brat, you totally ignore the housework and your duties to me, your husband and the man of the house. No matter which way you look at it, the only one in the wrong here is you.
Wow, and you're gonna be big-hearted enough to not file for compensation from me? Ew, you're such a gentleman, Donald.
Anyway, I'm heading over to the county clerk's office on my way home from work to grab the divorce papers as we speak. Expect to see me soon and have your pen ready. I want to see your signature on these papers faster than you can say good for nothing wife.
I see. I guess I have no choice then. Don't come crawling back to me when you regret it.
Wow, you're despicable. I had no idea you'd sink this low. I can't believe you're trying to get my parents to take your side.
Well, they do only live 3 minutes away from us. They rushed over immediately the other day when I messaged them with the news.
Gah, whatever. Just tell me one thing. You will be handing in those divorce papers I left you with, right?
I'll hand them in the moment you pay me my compensation and child support.
What the heck? Why should I pay you compensation? This ain't fair. And child support? Why should I have anything to do with the brat once we're divorced? I don't understand why you're doing any of this crap.
Unfortunately, I don't have time to wait for the day that you finally understand, so in the meantime, I'll be discussing things with your parents and contacting you through my lawyer. All you need to do is accept the result and reflect on what a huge jerk you've been. Who knows, maybe you could see this whole experience as an opportunity to become a better person. I'm not holding my breath, though. Melania, you have to help me. Kelsey, what's going on? My ex-boyfriend from high school is demanding I marry him. He's sitting outside the doorstep of my mom and dad's house. Wait, what the? Well, I don't know if it's really appropriate to call the guy I broke up with 2 hours after our first date my ex-boyfriend, but yeah. Anyway, it would appear this ex-boyfriend turned stalker of mine is your husband. Excuse me? I'm not sure I follow. Your husband's name is Donald, right? Yeah, sure it is. Wait, you and Donald know each other? Yeah, I guess you could say that. We hung out with the same group back in high school. And after chatting at a few house parties, he told me he had feelings for me. I was single at the time, and he seemed okay at first, so I thought, why not? But I went off him immediately when he started bragging about how awesome he was on our first date. He literally wouldn't shut up about himself. I told him I didn't think we'd be a good fit for each other, and things have been left that way ever since. Until recently, that is. I mean, I knew your husband's name was Donald, but I had no idea it was that Donald. Right, I see. I guess I did only invite close friends and family to the wedding, so you had no way of knowing, huh? I never included any pictures in the group chat announcements either, so I guess you wouldn't have known what he looks like. Apparently Donald knows me, and you were friends in high school. He found out through some of the other people in our old group. After announcing his arrival to my mom through the intercom, he yelled at the top of his lungs, "I broke up with Melania, baby," on the doorstep. Thankfully, my mom managed to convince him I wasn't home, so he seems to have disappeared and gone home, at least for now. Wow, what the hell does he think he's playing at? Is it true you guys got a divorce? I still haven't handed in the papers, so we're not technically divorced yet. But why would you be divorcing in the first place? Didn't you just have your little girl? Yes. He wouldn't help with looking after Lila. He wouldn't lift a finger around the house, and he constantly treated me like crap for failing to live up to my duties as his wife because I didn't have time to cater to his every woman desire because I was too busy with our daughter. He spoke about Lila like he wished she hadn't been born. Oh my God, that's horrible. But still, why me? I hope you'll believe me when I say this, but I swear me and Donald haven't had any contact whatsoever ever since I broke things off with him back in high school. That's why I'm so blown away by what's happening. I see. Well, Donald did say he was getting back with his ex-girlfriend, but he didn't say anything about who his ex-girlfriend actually was, so to be honest, I was a little confused about the whole thing. I also have no idea how he managed to convince himself he was in with another shot with you after you were the one who dumped him and you don't speak for a decade. There are still a bunch of things that make no sense about his behavior, but I think I at least have a rough picture of what's going on now. I just don't understand why he thinks me and him are gonna get married. Yeah, right. Hey, Kelsey, there are a few messages I'd like you to take a look at. Would you mind if I send them to you? What kind of messages? The messages from when he told me he was marrying his ex-girlfriend. Wow, he did it over message? I know, right? He's such a charmer. I want you to know that I had no idea you were the ex-girlfriend he was talking about at the time he sent these messages. Got it. All right, send away. I just saw the messages. Wow, I can't believe what I'm reading. I'm guessing he found out about my divorce through our old friends. I'd say that's the most likely explanation. Still, mistaking me for infertile because I don't want kids and bragging about how he had a miraculous stroke of good fortune and hearing about my divorce is just... I have no words. In my case, it's just a misunderstanding, but can you imagine if he was saying those things about someone who genuinely couldn't have kids? He only has to upset the wrong person once for his life to be in danger. Right? It should have been obvious to me all along, but looking back on our relationship now, it's obvious he never had the capacity to empathize with how people feel and consider that his actions might have consequences. We initially met through an introduction from both of our parents. But to be honest, I'm kind of pissed off with myself for not realizing what an enormous jerk he is. Don't blame yourself, Melania. Sometimes it takes a long time for people to show you their true colors. Don't be too hard on yourself. Anyway, I'd really like him to stop stalking me, but I'm not sure exactly how to go about that. I think the quickest way to shake him off would be to tell him you're not actually infertile. I doubt he'd believe me if I told him, so I think maybe I should ask his parents to deliver the news. Would that be okay with you? I know this is a delicate matter. Sure, it's fine. I don't see what other options I have in this situation. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, right? Got it. Give me a little time, Kelsey. We'll have this dealt with before you know it.
Melania! I've changed my mind. Don't hand in the divorce papers.
Huh?
However, there is one condition. You need to stop putting the baby first and start tending to my needs as your husband again. You're lucky I'm so generous and big-hearted. Can you believe you almost became a divorcee? I bet you're counting your lucky stars right about now.
It's too late, Donald. I've already handed in the divorce papers.
What?
Does your arrogance know no bounds? You really think you get to undo everything you said to me just because you found out Kelsey isn't actually infertile?
No, but fine. I guess I can, get a little carried away sometimes.
A little? You don't say.
Listen, Melania, my mom and dad are pissed at me, and it looks like they're gonna force me to work in a real bad company.
Oh, you mean the construction company? What was their name again? Backbreakers Ltd?
Wait, what? You know about them?
Yep, your mom passed word on to my lawyer. Apparently they're a company that specializes in rehabilitating ex-cons, social misfits, and delinquents like yourself through intense manual labor. The plan is to send you there for as long as it takes to reform your antisocial tendencies and make you safe to be let loose in society among the rest of us. They have a reputation for being able to reform even the biggest scoundrels and lowlifes.
That sounds scary. I don't want to go there.
Oh, by the way, apparently your mom and dad are considering letting you leave once you've paid me back in full for the compensation and child support you owe me and Lila. Between the despicable, shameful act of you leaving me for your ex-girlfriend because I was looking after our daughter while we were still married, no less, plus the sheer absurdity of the fact that she was never actually even your ex-girlfriend in the first place. Not to mention the fact you acted like a goddamn stalker by showing up outside her parents' house uninvited and caused a huge scene while terrifying the life out of them. Your case was deemed to be too extraordinary and your behavior too unpredictable to allow you to roam free in society for a moment longer. Which means you'll be heading out to Backbreakers HQ to start your period of servitude either today or tomorrow. That's what I heard, at least.
Oh my God, no! I can't do this! You have to convince them to change their minds, please!
Huh?
Think about it, Melania! This is your chance to win me back! All it's gonna take is for you to convince my parents not to send me to this hell camp! Surely you can do that? I'm the breadwinner and the backbone of this family. You're not gonna be able to get by without me around to pay the rent!
Just because I'm on maternity leave right now doesn't mean I don't make any money, Donald. You seem to be forgetting that my salary is higher than yours to begin with.
Huh?
Anyway, this is such a pointless waste of time. I'm dead set on the divorce, and nothing you can say will change my mind. Plus it's already a done deal. I just got done handing in the papers.
You did what? Oh my God, are you serious?
There's no going back now. You made your bed, now lie in it.
God damn it!
Oh look, a message from my lawyer. Looks like Backbreakers are sending their van to pick you up and take you to your new life out in the quarry today. I hope you know how to use a pickaxe.
Wait, what? Today?
I'm looking forward to seeing whether you have the capacity for self-reflection or not. Who knows, maybe you'll come out the other side of all this a better human being.
Melania, don't do this, baby, please. I'm begging ya.
We're strangers now, and I want nothing else to do with you for as long as I live. Goodbye forever.
Melania!
Discussions were being held over whether my ex-husband would be paying me my compensation and child support in one lump sum or monthly payments. When I received word, he showed up outside his ex-girlfriend Kelsey's house in a desperate panic. Backbreakers got word of it, and within 10 minutes had arrived at the house and were bundling him into the back of their van. Apparently this all went down straight after our last messages. According to Kelsey, he was dragged away from her doorstep by a group of big, ripped, tattooed dudes while yelling, "No! Why me?" With that, the van rode off into the sunset, and we never heard from him again. As for my money, Donald's parents were kind enough to pay me everything back in one lump sum up front on behalf of their son, after which he was ordered to make monthly repayments with his wages from his manual labor at the rehabilitation company. To add insult to injury for my wayward ex-husband, Kelsey decided to file for compensation too. It wasn't a huge amount, but given the dire situation he was already in, let's just say he wasn't exactly happy about it. According to his mom and dad, he currently spends his days working 14-hour shifts out in the quarry beneath the blistering heat while being relentlessly bullied by his coworkers. I can't say I feel sorry for him. Do you? Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.